The idea, insight, or sales secret you need for massive impact is just moments away. It's time to get more clients. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Get More Clients. I'm your host, Lynn Whitbeck. Business owners and entrepreneurs hire me to ignite winning sales because most are chasing down leads, lack client retention, conversion, and profit. The mission of this show is to share Fortune 500 sales secrets to help you open the vault to your greater business success. So last week, I shared top secrets to understanding your prospects' emotional desires. And today, I'm going to be sharing my favorite 5 resources for you to make more time and money. Who doesn't want more time and more money? I mean, whenever you think about it, that's one of the top objections that you receive from your clients. Either they can't afford it, they don't have the money, it's not in the budget, or they don't have the time to implement this right now. They don't have this in their work schedule. They don't have the resources of their team to put this together. These are not only things that impact you every day, you know, whatever time of year it is. I don't have enough time to finish this, or I don't have enough time. I have a shelf in my cupboard that I need to put 2 more screws in. I got interrupted. I've got 1 screw in holding the shelf up. I need to put 2 more in, and I haven't got to it. It's been a couple of days now, and that's the thing. It's time and resources. Now, of course, when something is this important and we tap in to someone's emotional desires and their motivations, all of a sudden those things move up and they become the top of the queue. They become urgent. They become something that's a hot burner issue that they will allocate the time and the money and the resources, and just as you would in your own life. So now how do we tap into that so that we can make more sales? And there is a plethora of tools for entrepreneurs and business owners, right? So you can go onto AppSumo and it can turn into a black hole, sucking up hours and hours to explore options or to discover something that's completely fresh. Here's the thing. I want you to stop. I want you to pause. Take a moment. Will this tool really serve you? Will you use it? I mean, really use it. Is it going to be easy to implement? Is this something that's truly going to help you avoid wasting your time, resources, and money? So by the end of today's show, I'm going to share the five content creation tools that I use every week. All of these tools were easy to set up. All of these tools are incredibly effective. So this is what I'm going to talk about, why you would care about the tool. Why does it matter to you? What would you get out of the tool? How is it going to serve you? And what's the end result with this tool? How is it going to help you save time and money and create more and abundance? Tools that are smart, enable you to create templates, and foster collaboration with your team or others, deliver more impact. So let's dive into my favorite content creation tools. All right, number 1, and these are not in any order, but number 1 that immediately came to mind when I was putting this list together is Canva. So most likely all of you have Canva, but are you really leveraging it to the best of your ability? When you have the paid version of Canva, not only can you create a team and have your own team on that account, but you can create all of your branding. You can put the colors, specific fonts. You can add specific images. You can create brand folders so that things are consistently used, so that your brand, that whoa, the je ne sais quoi of who you are, is always there, right? So here's the thing, Canva is really effective at doing this. And when you're using it to leverage things with strategic partners, it's a terrific tool to be able to create templates that can be shared so that they can utilize those. And these are really great for doing promotions, for doing summits, for doing shared events. If you have a podcast, you could share the graphics so that the guest could alter it for their own purposes, but it would still have the brand elements that you want associated with your show, right? I mean, there's just so many different ways that you could use that as a template. So why would you care about the tool? Because if you set it up, you spend the time, couple hours to get your brand colors in there, the fonts that you use, create the standard images that you have, such as woohoo, me and my beautiful green kimono. And you put those together. Now you can create some standard templates, such as social media templates, potentially a template for some kind of giveaway, your lead magnet, a checklist like I have, or a ebook, whatever that happens to be. You can create those right in, and you can have some master templates. If you have your clients do exercises or worksheets like we do, I'm using myself as an example here, right? Once again, you can create a master template within Canva and then create a copy and make a new version. So you can create your graphics for your website for all the shows. You can have a master template and that you just rinse and repeat. This saves you enormous amounts of time. And more importantly, it's a complete brand solution when you've done the work up front, because now everything that you're doing is within brand. You're using your brand colors, your brand fonts, you have specific styles that you have set up and approved. And over time, it's easy to refine those, update them, because the world is constantly changing and you will constantly be refining and updating your brand. So what you get out of the tool is this ability also to collaborate with others and your team. You get your own brand center so that you can maintain that look and feel. You get a tool that you can go on and create a new graphic when you have the template already set up. You just update the name and the date. Honestly, you can do it in 5 minutes. Now, I'm not going to say you can do it in a minute, because you have to log in, you have to choose the piece you're going to open it, make the edits, right? Create a version. Then you're going to download it potentially as a PNG. You can also post things directly from Canva to your social accounts if you choose to do so. Another time-saving tool. You can do a lot of different things. So we use a social scheduler, which I'll talk about in a few minutes, but that's the thing. You can do a lot. You can create video snippets. I love this piece that you can create video shorts on Canva. So it combines a lot of functionality in a single tool. You can find presentation templates if you're going to be giving a talk on a summit or in a private mastermind. You can pull a template that you can rebrand, make it your own, but it already has a lot of the elements built in that can now be exported as a PowerPoint file, which of course can easily then be opened in Keynote if you're a Keynote user, yada, yada, right? It's so beautiful. And your end result, the end result with this tool is that it's going to save you a massive amount of time, and it's going to create this really collaboration brand hub that you can maintain your beautiful brand, your secret sauce, your essence of how you present yourself to the world in a central single location. Well, all right. What about tool number 2? I just sort of alluded it to it. It's called CoSchedule. This is a social media tool that you can use to plan all of your social media content, get it all aligned with your different channels. You can post things, schedule them there. But my favorite piece about this is their Headliner app. So you can actually purchase just the Headliner app, and an annual subscription is really very inexpensive. So that's the other thing. These tools, they give you so much bang for your buck, everything that I'm going to go over. So a Headliner tool, why would you care about this tool? It's so that when you create headlines for a podcast episode, for a talk that you're going to be doing at a summit, for an lead magnet, for a blog post, for a video short, you can use the headliner tool to score the headline. So a score of 70 or higher means that more people are going to go, oh, I'm interested in that. It's going to jive with more people. And that's the thing. It's really pulling out elements that are going to be more attractive. And they also have the companion piece with that with the SEO score. So what you want to do is get that high headline score and a high SEO score, because the SEO score, if you post this to YouTube, #3 search engine in the world, right? That's really important. You put it on your website and how Google is crawling that, right? So you want to have this strong headline and SEO score. And that's why you care about the tool. You're going to get more eyes on your things. You're going to attract more of your ideal client by using the words and putting that into a headline that's going to resonate and it's going to attract them. And the other great thing about this tool is that once you put the headline in, you can keep modifying it until you get to that great score, right? And it gives you all kinds of clues, like your headline's too long, your headline's too short, your headline doesn't use enough power words. And they have resources that you can print out and use. I actually keep this one right here. It's right by my desk. Well, I'm not going to pull it out, but it's power words. It's 180 power words. Printed it out on a single 8.5 by 11, actually on a piece of cardstock, so that I can refer to it like all the time. So that's a great piece. And at the end of the day, what you're doing is creating the title of your content that's going to attract your ideal client. It's going to resonate with them. And then you're going to use that headline, that content, and those core keywords all the way through your content to get that wonderful SEO. Once again, more eyes on what you're doing. Okay. Tool number 3 is called I Love PDF. So once again, now this is a really simple, very inexpensive tool for an annual. I mean, it's like less than $50. But what you can do from this tool is that if you're creating a presentation, which I do a lot for my private clients, for when I'm doing summit talks or doing a mastermind presentation, I have these presentations I do all the time, and they end up being pretty darn big files. So what do? And I create that PDF. It's a really big PDF. Open up I Love PDF. I drop it in and it compresses it way more than even if you have the full working version of Adobe Acrobat, which I have the full Adobe suite. But you know what? They does not compress it as well as I Love PDF. And when I get that, all of a sudden I go from having something like a 50 megabyte file to less than a megabyte. It's so easy to email, and the quality is still really good. It's not the same as the high-res PDF. Okay, let's be honest here. But for emailing it around for general use, it's ideal and it's perfect and it's fast and it's easy. You can do all kinds of different things with this tool. You can convert, obviously, depending on what version of Acrobat Adobe PDF you have, you could have readers, so you can't do a bunch of the different things. You can convert PDFs to images to PDFs, yada, yada. I mean, there's a whole bunch of different things. But the primary reason I use it, I just explained. And it also makes a great way that I can place that, which I've done several times. The presentation is actually on the back end of our website. So when someone attends a masterclass, when they finish all the way to the end, they can get the link so they can look at that presentation. They can download it again if they want. So there's lots of reasons that this is a great tool. It's fast, it's easy, it requires zero setup. All you have to do is create an account. Oh my gosh. All right. Moving forward, tool number 4. It's called Envato Elements. Now, Envato Elements allows you to download with the copyright images, music, video clips, and if you have your paid account for the year, it's literally unlimited images, videos, audio clips, music, right? And you can then repurpose it, of course, and use it for what you're creating. We absolutely do use stock images, but when you add them to the Canva and you create those graphics within it, and I will let you know, Canva does have an image library, and they have things that are free and things that are paid for. But Envato Elements has a really robust way that you can search. You can, once again, use it for collaboration because you can create folders and you can drop collections. They call them collections. You can drop a whole group of images together, and then you can go back. So you can have an assistant, you can have one of your team members, you can collaborate with team members where you're adding images to these collections, and then you can review them and pick the final images that you're going to use, like for a presentation. So this is a wonderful way to collaborate and save time for then going back and narrowing the herd and picking out the final pieces that you're going to use. And the beautiful thing is that you've got the copyright. I mean, in the sense of the license for this use. All right. You don't own the image, but by going through Envato Elements, you're playing by the rules. The people who are putting up their brilliance, their creations, for images that they took, the music that they created, the video clips that they created, they are being compensated for this, and you can accredit them when you are posting these pieces. And of course, you can repurpose and use it within your graphics. So I love this tool. Once again, it's a huge time saver when you work ahead and you start creating collections of images, of standard images that you would use. I often use images of business women, right? And sometimes I have collections that are more sales oriented that I can drop those images that this speaks to me from a sales perspective. It looks like they're celebrating a win or something like that. And I'm looking for something different for perhaps a client specific application. I go, oh, but this image is great. I'm going to put it in that collection. So I find it at the time. So over time, we build up these collections of images that we standard and we often use and for different types of promotions. Then it's easy to go through them and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to use this, 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 and this. And I don't have to do nearly the amount of work to find images. Because let's be honest, that can be a black hole to find those right images. But if you create your collections of the standard types of images that you use and or video clips and or pieces of music, then you can add them to collections so that when you need those things, you can first go to the collection. And lo and behold, you may have exactly what you're looking for at your fingertips, and you can be on and off in, well, not 5 minutes, because you're still going to have to take a look and pick and choose. But, certainly within 30 minutes, you can have exactly what you need and be ready to rock and roll. So that's why I love Envato Elements. It's an annual subscription again, and it also has presentations. Once again, it has all kinds of different creative elements. So videos, photos, music, fonts, presentations, all kinds of things that you can use and repurpose for your own use for your business, creating your own unique style by then, importing some of those core images into Canva and creating those graphics. Woohoo, full circle. All right. So my tool number five, we're at tool number 5. Now, I've talked about this quite a bit in the last few episodes. You just have to go back. But this is a tool that's been created by my good friend, RJ Redden. It's called First Draft Ninja. Now, this is built on top of a Chat GPT platform. However, what's truly unique about this is that RJ's built the engine that goes in front, that you create who your ideal client avatar is, who's the audience you're speaking to, what is your authentic writing style. Most of us don't know what our writing style is, but you upload some pieces of your content, you answer a lot of questions. It's going to take you a little bit longer to set up. at least 2 hours because you want to do the work. Because once you have, wham, what do you get? This is so cool. A little bit of investment in time, very low investment in funds of money that's going to, to have this tool. But once you have this tool, every time you log in, it knows who you are. It knows your writing style. It knows your ideal client avatar. You can create different profiles as needed, right? Of avatars. Most of us have more than a single client avatar. You may be selling to the risk management department, to operations, and HR. They have different motivations and different emotional desires. Their personas, those ideal client avatars, are a little bit different, right? Now they're back, in some cases, they're a whole lot different. And there's always commonalities, but that's the cool thing. So now, and then your own writing style. How do you present yourself, that unique you? Because that resonates with people, that you're being authentic. You want to stand out in the crowd. All right. So now you've put that together. Now you can go and create so many different types of content. Oh my gosh. You just pick, what type of content do I want to create today? I'm going to create a social media post. A little bit of, this is what it's about. It's almost, for me, it's like a brainstorming tool. Well, this is what I want to talk about. This is what I want to communicate. I go through a bunch of questions. I always do extra questions because I feel like I want to give it enough. And then I hit create, literally. And I'm not quite sure if that was the button, but whew, it just takes a few minutes. You see the little ninjas, and then you've got this great first draft content. I mean, it's good. Now, I'm not going to say you're going to just copy and paste that and you're done. But instead of staring at that darn computer screen for hours or trying to write notes out on paper and then try to put it back in, and it's just a whole holy mess. I'm sorry, it's a holy mess. And all of a sudden 5 hours have passed and you still don't have what you needed. Believe me, with a blog article, you can go down there. All of a sudden you've got something that you've invested, after you've done the first initial investment, probably 30 minutes to tell it what type of content. Certainly if you're creating a blog post, that social media post is going to go a lot faster, right? I mean, that's a little bit of content. Now you've got this great piece of content that you can massage, adjust. Honestly, I move things around. When I see it all put together, I realize, oh yeah, I want to do this or that. You can go back and make another draft. You can add some more information, make some changes, and it will then come back. But it's it sounds like me. It sounds like me. It is using my ideas, not just crap that it pulled from the greater internet that's 2 years old. It's my authentic self, my advice, why I think this matters, why you should be listening to this blog post or reading this blog post, or watching a master class, whatever it happens to be, right? So that is why I love this tool. And the end result is it ends up saving you a ton of time. It's a fantastic way to brainstorm ideas and pull them out of your brain in a way that it captures it and it gives it back to you in a form that you can use. So love this tool, First Draft Ninja. And I hope you check all of these tools out. All of them are great. And, I'm going to tell you right now, I have a bonus tool. I have been in the process of shifting my ESP, which is my email service provider. And the tool is called Implementum. It is amazing. And this is, once again, a really great strategic partner. His name is Tom Ruich. So Implementum is the tool that he is helping set people up on. And I'm going to talk about this a lot in the future because I have found it already to be a time saver and a big money saver because it actually has implemented several tools that we've used into a single tool very effectively and efficiently, with great functionality. So more on that down the road. So, okay. What was your biggest takeaway from this episode? I would love to hear about it. It's important to support the things you love. If you loved this episode, a 5-star review really helps keep the podcast and this show, because I produce it not only on Win Win Women, but of course, as a podcast, it's going to keep it coming to you regularly. Also, if you want to get more sales strategies to grow your business, make sure you subscribe right now. Today, I explored my favorite 5 resources for you to make more time and money. The key is for you to implement these steps to stop wasting time, energy, and resources. If you want to get results even faster, I invite you to download my sales strategy checklist at petite2queen.com/checklist. All right. I can't wait to see you next week. I am going to be talking about the #1 sales mistake. Ooh. So this has been Lynn Whitbeck, host of Get More Clients, and I will see you next time.